Hello guys, welcome back to What If Civilization Started Over. This will be episode 2 of this series, and let's begin. After the Great Iberian War, the Algerian colony of the Lime team will break away. The Algerian colony will break away because the Lime team was trying to export loads of resources back here to fight the Red team, which made it very unpopular with Algerian people. So they'll break away and they'll begin exploring Africa. And they will expand. They'll expand in something like this and begin building some villages around. They'll build two villages, or two large villages, and they'll dislike the Lime team, and the Pink team will begin exploring more of Morocco as well. And meet up with the Algerian nation and create a large colony in Morocco. And they will create some settlements as well, meeting with the Algerian nation and start to have a good relation with them as they both dislike the Lime team. And back to the Portuguese nation. The Gold team begins their invasion of them, which, yeah, they would be completely wiped out, leaving the treaty looking like where the Gold team gets the north, Pink team gets the south, and we can remove this capital city. And there goes the Green Lisbon nation, and that's the first nation ever. That's the second nation ever to get wiped out as Mallorca came back. And speaking of Mallorca, after getting their independence from the war, they want to copy what the Red team did with them, and they will begin sending explorers east. After a while, they'll reach Sardinia, and they'll begin exploring the whole island. However, the Sardinian settlers choose not to join the Mallorca nation, and they start their own nation, and they take over the whole island. And however, they try to have decent relations with the Mallorca nation, and they build some cities around Sardinia, basically just finessing all of their cultures, like the way they build their capital, and just basically made it better. So they're like the better version of Mallorca, and they'll begin exploring around the sea. However, they have no luck around this the east southwest. However, they find Corsica, they explore it fully and just incorporate it into the Sardinian nation, and they'll build a city there as well. So they will build settlements here, and they're quite expansionist, so they'll continue exploring east, and they'll land on Italia. However, they don't have the funds or the support to start a proper colony there, so they'll relax for a bit. Meanwhile, in Blue team, after gaining the lands that Red team here, after Red team tried to block them off, they will begin expanding north, reaching up to this river and following it down. However, the tribes here are really unhappy with Blue team expanding up here, so they will form here. Well, two tribal nations will form, one in the east and one in the north, blocking Blue team expansion. And Blue team doesn't want to get into any wars, so they'll just leave them be. However, a group of the Blue team explorers will begin traveling, reaching where Brittany is, and exploring it, and they'll settle down here. They'll settle down here. Let me find a good color. That's good. They'll settle down and they'll have strong ties with the blue team, and they'll copy some aspect of the blue team, such as capital. So it will look like it will look like this, with a city where they landed, and the city further west, which, however, they stop exploring and begin building, try to build up and gain strength. So they'll relax for a bit. And the Red Nation, after the Great Iberian War, they are left crippled, and the people aren't very happy with the monarch. So a group down south starts rebelling. And it gains quite a traction of support, taking the south and forcing the Red King to sign for peace, which will look like this, leaving just the Red Nation so much worse off, and a new olive nation here. Meanwhile, with the Pink Nation, a group of explorers will begin going down south, following the coast, and they'll just keep going down south until they realize they're too far away to return. So they'll stop here and they'll form a new nation here. So new nations form here, as they're too far away from the Pink team to get any communication or support. So they'll settle down here and begin exploring. However, the Saharan desert stops them from getting too inland, so they turn east and find some islands where they will lay claims to. They claim all of these islands and send people here to take it over if there's any tribal people here. So they will take over all of these islands and expand a little bit more inland. And we'll catch up with this nation maybe another episode. Back to the Lime Nation. They're extremely angry with the Algerian nation breaking away from them. So they will send explorers east, as Mallorca did. However, they send extremely loyal followers of the Lime Nation. So they'll travel east, and they want to get decently far from where the Algerian nation. So they will land where Carthage or Tunisia, whatever you call it, and they'll start a settlement here. They will create a settlement here with one focal point, and as they're extremely loyal, they'll be proud to be a colony. Meanwhile, back with the Sardinian nation, it has been a few years now where after they form, and now they have the resources to be able to explore Italia even more. They'll explore the Tiber, and they'll form a colony here at the coast. And they'll have some major cities, one at the Tiber River and one north, which leaves them quite powerful. And meanwhile, with the tribes, after exploring the Red Nation and the Blue Nation, they'll decide to form some villages, two villages each respectively, and they'll explore more of the French region, and they will expand, looking like. And for rankings, number 1 is the blue team, 2 will be the lime team, 2 will be the pink team, 3 is the lime team, and 4 is actually the new Sardinian nation that has formed here. And that will be it for the episode. Thanks for watching What Civilization Started Over episode 2. Uh, if you could, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Any criticism or any tips would be appreciated. And I hope to see you next episode. Bye.